peace and happiness.
Beautiful day, beautiful soul, and welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live once again from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, but you could call me Mel. And I'm back to deliver this latest timeless collective channel message from the download series. So if you're here, it's by divine design. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Either way, make your choices and decisions responsibly today, because you always have the consequences and repercussions to pay. If you have questions, I have answers. You can find those facts below the video in the description box and on the website. Okay. I heard just breathe. You gotta let it go so you can grow. You gotta let it go, just breathe. All right, so breathe in, breathe out. It's a process, I heard, and it's like that with everything in life. They're saying it's like that with everything in life. Everything must be on a flow. It is always on flow. It's always in cycles. You know, you wake, you sleep, you eat, you poop, you breathe in, you breathe out, you earn, you spend. It's like that, you know. You acquire, you distribute, you consume, you produce. It's a cycle. Okay. Interesting. And then, you know, if you want to break that cycle, what? I heard beware, because it will... it's a part of the natural flow on earth, and so when you try to break the cycle, you go against the natural flow of earth, and so you'll notice that it's easy to create some stagnancy in there. Okay, it's easy to create some stagnancy in there. Shout out to Golden Amazon, I see you, baby. All right, so let's see what is the divine messages for this collective today. I'm working with the visionary I Ching cards first. So let's see what Spirit wants to say to us today. Okay. Grace and beauty. You had to find yours. Mountain above, fire below. Absolutely. I'm seeing that there had been a urge, a passion, an obsession even. Thank you. They gave me a beautiful word with obsession. They said, yeah, and it was an obsession to discover this in yourself. Like it was there, okay? Also, this, I'm getting that this is coming from a strong determination, a decision, a character trait, core of who and what you are. What's up, Michael? Oh my God. You better watch yourself, Randy Michael. You on the list to get booted if you missed that with your text. Okay. Yeah, so you've been discovering where you stand tall, discovering where you stand tall, okay? It's like you had to get the solidity of your mind to understand what, who and what you are. Yeah, because I hear a lot of people try to convince you otherwise. You know, they try to convince you otherwise. They let the image try to tell them about you, but that was never accurate. I'm hearing that was never accurate. That was not a wise way to judge. Yeah. I want to go over to the download oracle real quick and just get one card, please, and thank you. Okay, and there it is. Soul clap. Okay, regardless of whether my hands, possessed or imagined, claps, yet my soul claps. Okay, so there is this explosion of pride, of excitement, of celebration in your soul, and it kind of feels like this explosion of color that's on the card. So yeah, it's like tuning into your grace and beauty was a big deal for you, as a necessary part of the process of what is coming in your physical experience. Okay, you can't get to where you're headed without having gone through that process. You had to appreciate who and what you are. You had to get in tune with your truth, your authenticity. Okay, you couldn't have a distorted view of yourself. Oh, you could not have a distorted view on yourself based on some false judgments and impressions that others try to give you about who and what you are. You had to know this true to your soul, okay? You had to find your own harmony and beauty. And I see that that was a difficult journey because a lot of people sure did try to tell you something about you. And you know what? And so now I'm hearing that now that you know who and what you are, you know about the grace that touches you, that you bestow in when you come around, okay? And the beauty that is not just physical, but more importantly, spiritual, mental, and emotional in you. Yeah, they said spiritual, mental, and emotional, which means you ain't out here trying to stress people out, trying to fuck nobody up. You ain't out here looking to break hearts and do all kinds of shit that it's just unnecessary. All that unnecessary shit need to stay outside of grandma's house. I said that to my grandsons on the way in the house last night because they came to spend the night with me. And so that's the thing. It's like, that's the energy. Yeah. All that unnecessary drama, unnecessary stress, unnecessary anger, unnecessary fighting, all that stuff got to stay out the house. We don't bring that home. And if you think you're going to bring that around here, you got another thing coming, I heard. And it's not, yeah, it's just like, I'm actually kind of grateful that somebody said something up in here so we could say what we had to say because it makes sense and it goes with the message. So what else do you want to say about this grace and beauty that had to be confronted and accepted in ourselves that made the soul clap? 3 of Wands. It aligns you with better experiences, more gratifying, more satisfying experiences headed your way as a result of knowing who and what you are and standing in your position, not letting somebody try to trick you out of your place. Like, you got a beautiful place to be. Where you stand is beauty, and it's receptive, and it's graceful. It's filled with grace. So this is like somebody could try to tell you you are evil, you're wrong, you're ugly, you're hateful, you got an ugly energy. They told you that, but hold on. Consider the source. I heard consider the source. Where is it coming from? Where is that coming from? You know what I'm saying? That ain't... I heard that opinion. When you consider the source, you realize that would not valid. Like, sir, you are not a reliable source. Or ma'am, whatever gender they were, whatever energy they were just not a reliable source. They run around just spouting all kinds of nonsense all the time, so we don't trust in what they say. You know what I'm saying? If you can't step correct on the truth with transparency, then why do we trust what you've got to say? Why would we even go there with our soul, okay? Because this was about your soul. This is about the core of who and what you are, the energy you be, the way you move on this planet, and what you radiate, what you're truly about, you know? And you don't talk about it, you be about it. You're real with your shit. Somebody tried to tell you was something opposite of that. And they tried to use cliche sayings like, God don't like ugly. Then why are you acting ugly? You could have said that right back to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to knock what you can't be? I heard, why are you trying to knock what you can't see? Okay, let me see. What else do you want to say to the tribe? We have joy. Okay, lake above and lake below. Honey, you are in a flow. You are in a flow. You're receptive. You're emotionally balanced, as above, so below, because your soul is happy and your physical body is in a happy state. Like, you're content. You realize you got reasons to be grateful. You focus on that. You know what I'm saying? Your words, the thoughts that come through your mind, the way you allow yourself to orient yourself vibrationally and energetically, perfect, aligned with no more drama, okay? No more drama. And you know what? Some people, it's like they try to knock your joy, but it just doesn't work. Like, they can't. They're taking me back to Sunday school as a kid. They say, I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart. I got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. Okay, so somebody, you know, if you grew up in the church, you might remember that song from Sunday school too. But when your joy is real, when your happiness is real, other people can't come easily knock you off your path, regardless of the asinine shit they say out of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if they try to go too far, it's like your angels, your ancestors, your guides, your higher self, they move in advance, you know, like they see what's coming, they know what's on somebody's heart, they know what their intentions are, they know what the person's agenda is, what these folks are really up to. And there is yes, when God is on my side, there is no weapon that can be formed against me. Is the vibes, absolutely. And so it's almost, I see you sitting back and you're like, you're giggling because to you it's like children at child's play on the playground. It's like whatever you thought you were going to accomplish, that's not working. This shit is actually comical. Thank you for giving me a good laugh today, is the vibe. Yeah. What's up, Jose? Thank you. I'm doing fantastic today. April, she's in line with this energy. I see Brenda. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see what else we got coming out. Treading carefully. Sky above, lake below. Listen, your spirit guides you on where to step. I'm seeing a field and it's a landmine. And that's, they say, that's what it's like moving on earth. Moving on earth is like trying to walk through a landmine, a field that's filled with landmines. But you don't worry, because your spirit shows you right where to put your feet, right where to be, right when to move and where to move and how to move. Like, you know, they tell you, they show you, and that works. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. And why does that work? Because you have learned to obey spirit. You have learned to listen to your soul. You have learned that your soul is not just there, and these emotions are not just there just say, oh, you know, I'm so happy, great. No, you know that happiness means you're in alignment with your highest self, with the divine mind, with the all that is sky daddy, sky mommy, all that vibes. You know that and why? Because you've had this Queen of Pentacles. She's saying, yeah, I've had enough experience. I had enough experience with things that I could taste, touch, and feel. Okay, hold in my hand, because the stuff is real. That as I've been guided and I followed the guidance that I receive, like everything really does work out beautifully for me. Okay, and you can tell and relate stories of what other people would call crazy, or miracles, or magic, or that's wild, right? But this is something that it's happened many times in your life. This is not just a one-off, and it's always something that's in alignment with you following that internal guidance system that is I heard the direct connection to the divine. You know what I'm saying? It can be tampered with by life experiences, but honestly, it's still, even if it's been tampered with, there's still always this pure essence of it that's always going to be your direct connection to the divine. You might, and the tampering results in a misinterpretation when we have been tampered with, or when we have tampered with our own, because trust and believe, you can tamper with your own, right? Misunderstanding the messages. This is like somebody who's reading a map, but the legend that they have, they think goes to this map, but that legend was actually created or implanted there, or it's like cut off of another map and stuck there. It didn't ever belong there. So the information that helps you to interpret it, yeah, it's not factual. You know what I'm saying? It's not factual. It's based off of some false programming, some deception, and some manipulation. And so that was part of the grace and beauty, was learning to tap into what does it really mean when I have these feelings? What does it really mean when I get this internal hit? So it's been tapping into that. And some of you are still in that phase. And so I would encourage you to use these empowering questions. I always feel this way when I'm in this person's presence, or when I'm in this place, or when I'm doing this thing. And I would do some discovery empowerment questions as far as what part of my soul is resonating with that. Is it my light body? Is my shadow body? I would even ask questions like, so what does my shadow body think of this? What does my light body think of this? What's my future self got to say about this? Those kind of empowering questions are fantastic if you're still anywhere where you're still working on recognizing your own grace and beauty in your life, and being in tune with the accurate communication of the emotional guidance system, because it is a guidance system. It's not just there for anger and tears and, laughter. It's not just that. It's more. It's indication of the alignment or lack of alignment with the true divine authentic self, with the divine mind, with your soul. Okay. Let's see some more here. Oh, yeah, they're also saying that, you know, you've been very wise with the way you're utilizing your resources, and this has benefited you. You're not just, I'm hearing you're not throwing your pearls to swine. And what they're saying with that is you have a lot of, whether it's physical resources like finances or tools or things, or it's time, because in time is money, honey, and she got a pentacle in her hand. You've been very wise with where you're spending your time, understanding that time is a resource and it allows access to your energy, okay? So the challenge now is that certain things that you've been consistently looking at have seemed to not really move forward. So you're processing that. Okay, you're like, okay, so you know, I care about this. I know it's in alignment with my soul. What's the reason for the standstill? What's the hang up? What's the hold up? What's the delay? And what they're saying to me is it has a lot to do with the co-creative components. You're not the only person. You're not the only energy that is part of that which you're wanting to create. So whether that other external energy is the clients or the customers or the lovers or the friends or the family, there's this need for everything to be aligned, okay, with the perfect, it's like synchronistic time and energy. And so they said your understanding of that is going to be extremely beneficial for you. When you understand that, that's going to help you understand that it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. And you know, if the check's in the mail, then isn't it okay to celebrate it now? Okay. Yeah. It's a beautiful rainy day in Vegas. And so I've got the door open. I can hear the rain. It's so soothing. And it made it so hard to wake up today. Oh, Lord. Okay, so something here. They want you to... Okay, thank you. They said that I should say that because during the standstill, there's a way to be in this soothing energy as you sit in peace. Knowing that, hey, I'm ready. When y'all ready, I'm ready. I'm ready when y'all ready. Like, let's do this as soon as you're ready. I've been ready. Okay. Hey, Ashley, I see you. And the Hermit, welcome. Okay. Cosima, thank you. All right, let's see what else we got. Harmony. I love. With the Page of Swords. So beautiful, because you, with grace and beauty, harmony goes beautiful with that. Okay. It's card number 11, and it's giving earth above, sky below. So somebody here... Interesting. Whoever or whatever's the other side of the table in this co-creative experience here is actually, with the Page of Swords, they're discovering harmony right now. They're solidifying their mind space. They're getting stable mentally, mental stability. Mental stability is kind of a big deal. What's up, Spice? Yeah, mental stability is kind of a big deal. And somebody here, like, whatever this person, whatever they've been working on to attain that, it is working. And you know, they had to get their head right about certain things. Okay, somebody here really would like to just reach out to you. I'm seeing they would really just like to reach out to you, but they know that they're not all the way ready for some reason, and it has to be with them being real solid in their own energy. This is like somebody who's like, you know what, I'm not gonna patronize your business until I can come in and pay the full price. This is like somebody who's like, I'm not going to ask you out on a date until I know that, you know, my energy is straight. Okay, this is somebody that's like, I'm not going to ask to hang out if I don't even have my own transportation yet. Well, thanks. I heard, well, thanks, you know, because like you're saying, I got my own place, I got my own transportation, I got my own money, I got my own everything I need. So if you're not ready, okay, and my soul is ready. I heard that my soul is ready, and if you're not ready, then do yourself a favor and, you know, don't do it to yourself, because they gonna get their heart broke, they gonna get upset, right? Lisa, you gonna get your check, baby. You gonna get your check. And Phoenix, welcome. Tiara, welcome. Let me see what else we got. See, look at this. Increase, card number 42. Wind above, thunder below. Honey, increase. Yes. I heard increasing your value. And then coming out with the Queen of Swords. This is like you're getting more and more awareness. It's like you can sense it. It's like you get, I heard from somebody, this is like remote viewing. But you're getting that information returning to you. Information is making things clearer. You're seeing the information, and because of the way it's coming in, the way I'm seeing it, it's like you might not be, some of you are getting like an email, a text message, a letter, something like that. But a lot of you, this is just like that telepathic hit, that intuitive hit, that knowing, that clear cognizance. Some of you, this could even be a dream, but this is like I even see somebody who's like, why are they saying running the numbers? So somebody is running the numbers and the numbers are increasing. Okay. But I'm hearing paying attention to the increase and paying attention to where things are going right. Paying attention to the uptake of all these beautiful experiences. Okay. Because what? Because you've been focused on what you need to do, and you've been very wise about how you spend your time, your money, your energy, your resources, what you're giving to, who you're and sharing with, and what you're sharing, and how much you're sharing, okay? And you're not donating anything that's going to depreciate your joy, your self-view, your self-beauty, your self-grace, your self-view, your identity, okay? You're adding to that. Because they're saying, yeah, the identity is one that's self-created and the self-view is everything. And so anything and anybody that would have you doubting, you know that you don't need to be around that. You know that that's not for you. You know that. Okay, let me see some more. Liaison. Okay. Sky above, wind below. This looks like there's a tornado over there. Look at that. Liaison. Oh, but this is like an energetic tornado, and it's like, this is beautiful. So there's this energy coming in to assist, okay? There's this energy coming in to assist. They want me to look up the actual definition of the word liaison. Oh, Lord, can we spell it right? Thank you. There we go. And it says communication or cooperation which facilitates a close working relationship between people or organizations. The binding or thickening of a agent of a sauce, often based on egg yolks. I didn't know there was two definitions for it. So either way, this is about bringing things together, bringing two together, bringing co-creative components together to make it easier. Okay, between people or organizations, or even between a binding agent. Like, you know, when you put eggs in meatloaf or cake or cookies. Yeah. Okay. But that liaison came out with the star. Honey, anybody that's here to facilitate. So that means that anywhere where this is talking for you about a relationship, you know, and you're waiting to hear from somebody, but they've been holding back because they ain't all the way ready. And that relationship could be interpersonal or very romantic or very business or very educational, but whatever type it is, there's somebody that's coming in, and whether they're helping from your side or their side, there's sort of an assistant. There's a person, there's an agency, the energy. Okay, it could be an angel because we have this star. It could be an angel coming in to assist the situation so it can come together. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we have determination. Honey, you knew it. You were about it. You were not playing no games about this. You were serious about this. Lake above, sky below. Okay, yeah, you had a vision and you just knew. And so you might not have known how or when, but you knew you were going to do this. Okay, you've stuck with it. The high priestess. Yes, you knew even if nobody else knew. You knew even if you couldn't explain it to other people and you had to keep it to yourself. You knew that this was going to work out for you. You also knew that it would be wise for you not to. I heard dilly-dally with stuff that just don't meet requirements, that don't meet expectations. It's just a distraction. You ain't dilly-dallying with the distraction. Like I said, you've been very wise about how you're utilizing your time, your resources, your energy. You're very focused and determined, okay? And you've been on this path for a long time. So sometimes, you know, there's been times where you're just like, oh, forget it. Forget it. Trying to be an entrepreneur, so I'm just gonna go get me a job. Yeah, you might have thought it for a split second, and you're like, hold on a second, what am I saying? Where they coming from? No, we're not doing that. There's no going back now. That's what happened. As soon as you had that thought, that idea, you say, ain't no going back now. Okay, yeah, and you're like, I'm about it. I'm getting this done. I heard there is no No, no weapon that can be formed against me, okay? Because God is on my side. And you just, that knowing alone is enough to let you know that you're on the right path, okay? That you are, that your success, my success is inevitable. Yes, that's the energy. My success is inevitable. There's a song that says that. My success is inevitable, okay? And so you need to know that your success is inevitable. And anywhere where you know that, like life is delivering that, and anywhere where it involves people coming together, paperwork going through, time had to settle, whatever it was, that's all working out. So the strongest thing I can tell you about this is don't let that doubt dim your light. You know what I'm saying? You got to live as if it's already done. It's done. It's already done. That's the mindset, okay? That's why there's this grace and beauty. That's why there's this joy. That's why determination will here. Because you got to know like you know, like you know. And if you got to get up here and ask me about it, then does that sound like you know, like you know, like you know that it's done, it's already done? It does not. If you know, you ain't got to ask, right? If you know, you ain't got to stress. If you know, you don't doubt. If you know, you don't worry. So this is about you and your knowing, because your knowing is everything. I heard your knowing is everything. Okay, let's find out some more. What else can you show us? I see that you are you're a very happy go lucky person. You got joy, you know what I'm saying? Some of you have a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, a fire sign person. I also see you're very creative. I see you like to have a good time, celebrate life, enjoy the moment, okay? You know how to enjoy the moment. This is a good quality, okay? I see that you try to really keep that stable, and you're actually good at it. You really want something to come through, okay? You really want your health to improve. You really want your deep wish to be fulfilled, okay? You know that the more positive energy, yes, you're very positively oriented, and the more positive energy you feed this, facts is, you know, you keep speaking your facts, that it just supports your attainment, okay? Your success, the meeting of your goal. Yeah, so you stay with your truth. You speak the truth. You live the truth. You remind yourself constantly. This is giving me that meme that I've seen. It's giving it to me like, you know, it's time to fix your crown and remember who you are. That is the energy. Yeah, and I also see that you feel like, oh my God, any day it's time to go. You're like, you know that any day it's time to go because your wish fulfillment comes true. The things that you have been hoping for, you already know, you know it's on the way. Again, like I said, there's this knowing of it's done, it's already done. This is part of the grace and beauty that was necessary in the mind, yeah. And so rather than speak locks and blocks over your life, you speak open roads. You're like, I got the key, the key, the key. All the roads are open to me. Hey, all the doors are open to me. When one door closes, there's 50 more open. I can choose which one I want to go. There ain't no hoping, this is knowing. Oh, got the bars today, yeah. Okay, yeah. You know that it's harvest season for you. You know, you've been through some stuff and now it's harvest season for you, they're saying, okay? Yeah, and you know that you're not like the average Joe. Your perspective, your mindset is not, it's not normal. It's not normal for somebody to always stay in this kind of a high vibration. And you're going to also see that, you know, moving forward, no matter what the appearance meant, the physical appearance was, moving forward with this knowing has been, I'm hearing the cream of the crop. This is the key. This is the key, the key, the key that you have, okay? It's very important, okay? Let me see what else we got here. Okay, so you got your truth. Awesome. Love it. You need that truth. That truth is highly significant. And so you're in this for the long term. You're in this for the overall long-term harvest of it. You're not just thinking short term, what's right in front of your face and stuff like that. Yeah, you know that things are coming together. You know that your happiness is an inside job. You know that you can see things beyond again, what the physical appearance seems to be. You also know that your soul has communicated, I heard confidential or classified information to you. So that's specific for somebody. Absolutely. When you understand that spirit is giving you information, insider information, your soul is telling you what it is. I heard that will seal the deal for you. But there's this energy about having to be confident in that. And that's a choice that only you can make. Nobody can make that choice for you. Do you believe or not? You know what I'm saying? If you've been in the church every fucking Sunday for your whole life and now you got something that's kind of a challenge, like where the fuck is your faith? Now you questioning shit, baby. Where's the support of that whole lifetime in the church? I'm just saying. Somebody here, it's time to make that faith real is the energy. Yeah. Because you are being spiritually guided and led. They want me to share this experience with you of this woman I know whose son went to prison. Her son went to prison. He made some bad moves and he got a lot of years. And she's like, I'm so worried about him. I'm like, but all you do is stay in the church. Do you not have faith? Is your God not more powerful than the prison? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's that. Because what I know, they're saying what I know is that if you pour protection on those things that are concerning those properties, those people, those experiences that are of value to you, that matter for you, that are part of your path or whatever, it will be protected no matter who try to do what. It ain't gonna work. Ain't no things that's gonna come against it. So what good is your faith? What good is your spirituality? What good is your empowerment if you don't use it when you need it? I heard if you don't use it, you lose it. That's what they said. Okay, if you don't use it, you lose it. Because what'll happen is, you'll realize at some point, like, dang, y'all were fake as fuck. Yeah, for somebody, out with all the fakeness. It's time to be real with yourself. It's time to walk the talk. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it like I talk it. If you're about it, you're gonna walk the talk. This is not about putting on pretty dresses and getting your pretty Bible, and you gotta have the fanciest Bible, go make sure you're early, make sure you got fresh, crisp bills from the bank to put in the donate. This is not that. This is like the source, the spirit, God, the universe, the divine is active in your everyday fucking life. Do you believe that or not? And do you think that one curse word or 150 curse words out of my mouth today is going to remove the grace and beauty that God created in me? That part. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I got this inkling to go. I feel like I should go over here. Okay, let me go over there. Then you go over there and what happens? You have this conversation that just changed somebody's whole life. Or you find what you needed and now it's on a discount. Or anything happen. You don't even know. You could be singing your music in your car, just happy as a bird in a tree. And you know what? Somebody saw you and you just changed their whole life. You just changed their whole day because they're like, damn, why am I sitting in traffic pissed off? Look at that one over there dancing and singing like a fool in their car. I'm going to be more like that. You could just change somebody's whole life because what? You listen to the internal guidance. And you might not even know that when you do something like that, affects another person's soul like that, all that energy comes back to you. Oh, that part. Okay, yeah. All that energy come back to you. So you learn to navigate in this physical, real world reality, taking the spiritual guidance, applying it to your real life. It's not a fucking letters on a book. It's not about the crystal that's in your pocket or around your neck. This is real life. And you're getting it in check. Hello, you're getting it in check with the guidance of your soul. You're getting it in check because this is real to you. This ain't fake to you. Okay, you ain't out here making false moves because you believing in somebody's lies out there. No, you know that this life is a journey. You know that you make moves that are powerful and important. And you know that in the beginning, at the outset, they're saying to making those moves, you don't always understand what those moves are going to do. Until you have the experience. Until you have that interaction. Until you find what God brought you there to receive. You know what I'm saying? But you go. You go, you move. And you know that when you do this, something always happens. Like, if I don't meet somebody, I see something, I learn something, I find. And sometimes you just enjoy the journey. Sometimes your soul just moves you to go see something beautiful. Oh, did you see that sunset? I just ran over here to store. I didn't find nothing I wanted. But the sunset I saw today, and that vibration lift, what you didn't know was part of the recipe for what you've been cooking up and being consistent with forever. That at that point in time, you needed that little bit of boost about anything at all. But your highest self knows, the divine knows, and they put you through the guidance and your awareness and openness, receptiveness, willing to act upon this higher level guidance that you receive in the perfect place at the perfect time with the perfect face, all this stuff, rhythm and rhyme. Hello, in your life, you pay attention to how you feel. And you know that sometimes them feelings be showing you stuff where stuff ain't real. Okay, you know that. Sometimes those feelings get agitated when you think you want something, and then you find something, and there's some agitation there, and it's like, hold on, what's going on here? You're like getting awareness, like spirit, when them low vibrations be happening, you're like, I don't like this. What is this? This is uncomfortable. It's a message. It's communicating something to you about your situation, your circumstances, your environment. You have awareness of that, okay? And that affects the way you move, okay? Some stuff you leave behind. Some of that stuff you burn it up and leave it where it was, because at the end of the day, you trust yourself. I might not be able to trust you. May not be able to trust you, but I know who I am, and I know I can trust myself, okay? And any situation, you're saying, in any situation, I can trust myself. And you know that sometimes you are guided to go your own way, not to get involved with these folks, not to be involved with these folks. Didn't I already tell you you was on a short wire? Randy, congratulations. You're in no comment land forever now. Don't get on my channel talking crazy shit, because yeah, we will block it, and then you can watch or click off. It makes nothing to me, because these people here, that's what I'm here for. The ones that want to hear, the ones that want to see for themselves. That's what we doing here. Y'all getting off on some freaky shit. We ain't even on that tip here. You need to go get you an OnlyFans, something like that. We ain't playing that way. Okay. Telling me what to do. Who are you to tell me what to do? I said God said what to do, not some joker in the comments. What part of that did you not understand? And God said block his ass. You already warned him once. Now he want to say some more asinine shit on the channel. God said block his ass now. I'm like, oh, okay. I look up, and what do I see? Some more asinine shit in the comment. Oh, now I see why God said to block that shit. And just like that, that's how it be in life. I'm glad that this has all happened here on the channel so you could see. And what do? We keep moving forward. We stay on task. We stay on track. We don't allow that shit to irritate us like that. We pay attention to the messages of our soul. You know what I'm saying? And some folks, y'all got to understand, you be trying to cut ties with people and let them go and all this stuff, but yet you still want to be on the phone. You still want to see them from time to time. Well, you know, I don't know what they're going to do if I don't send them this money. Whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, cold turkey, cut them off. Put them in no comment on the channel foreverland. That's exactly why for somebody, you're going to have this big realization that you've been supporting a counterproductive energy. It's like you've been paying for your demons to stick around and torment you. It's like you've been holding on to the leeches to suck the life out of your purpose. And it's like, you're going to have that realization like, damn, that's what I've been doing. Okay, somebody about to have an awakening right now. And as soon as they let go of all that, because see, here's the problem. If you're doing this, one of the big problem if you're doing this is that you think you're the solution in that person's life. You playing the role of God in somebody else's life, and honey, that's not your job. Your job is to listen to the divine and realize where you are with the divine, you know what I'm saying, in alignment, not to try to save somebody else. You're not here to be nobody's savior but your own. You're not here to be nobody's savior but your own. One more time for emphasis. Yes, please and thank you. You're not here to be nobody's savior but your own. That part. Okay. Yeah, it's a very important thing, because People will try to, especially because on this channel, a lot of you got this golden heart condition. You know what I'm saying? You're very psychic, empathic, sensitive, emotionally receptive. And so these people will try to play to that and get their hooks in you and keep their hooks in you, thinking, oh, there's no way they're not gonna let me starve. They're not gonna let me go homeless. When God wants you to bless somebody with your time, your money, your resources, your words, your energy, you will be guided, remember? And how many times I done told you about, walking into certain place, God, like, take out that $5 bill in your pocket. So here I go, $5 in my hand, walking through the parking lot. See that old man walking, pushing that buggy? Go give it to him. Okay, here you go, sir. I was supposed to give this to you. I don't know who you are, but here you go. That man started crying because I don't know what was going on in his head. I don't know the conversation between him and God, but God does. And I have $5 in my pocket. God said, go bless that man. And this has happened with a dollar bill. This has happened with change, pocket full of change. This has happened with every denomination of bill, all the way up to a $100 bill, baby. All the way up to the $100 bill. Why? Because you listen. You listen and you have faith and you have knowing that, honey, this is what the divine mind is showing. Okay, those past actions on point, on target. Okay, bullseye. I heard bullseye. Yes. Ooh, bullseye, double bullseye coming out. Hello. Significant, highly significant. Because now we got all the jokers out. So and it's 3 jokers in this deck. So it's like every time you bust that move, it puts you in a state of alignment. It's like by the 3rd time you follow that guidance, okay, it solidified this energy in you. This solidified this knowing in you. That's the golden ticket right there, because now you got mind, body, and soul alignment. There's that. Okay. So let's see what else you want to say, Blister. We listen today. We all the way up. Okay, I heard nothing can stop me. We're all the way up. And that's the energy right here. You need to know that you are unstoppable. Your soul is not to be stopped. You are investing for the long term. And can you feel it? They're saying, can you feel it? Can you feel it? And you bust the move trusting. Okay, you may not see what's at the end of the path. You may not see even 10 steps down the road. This is like driving. They're showing me driving long distance in the middle of the night, cross country. You know what I'm saying? You can only see so far with the headlights, but you know that road is going to get you where you want to be. That part. They said long, dramatic pause. That part. You don't like, well, I can't see Texas while I'm all the way in Nevada, but I know this road is going to take you. You don't say, I'm not going to go down this road because I can only see up to, 50 feet in front. I can't even see that far. It's getting dark. I'm just not going to go. Never mind. I don't know that this is going to take me to Texas. Bitch, you got signs on the road that tells you got 280 more miles to Texas. Just keep driving. What are you doing? What are you doing? You ain't going to get nowhere with that mentality. They said if you need to see it first, you ain't got to believe it. That means your mind ain't ready. So, the only place you need to see it before you go is in your soul, in your mind, in your heart, and internally. To see it externally, you must see it internally. Okay, you must see it internally to see it externally. If you want to get somewhere, this is what you're going to have to learn to do if you ain't already learned to do it. Okay, some of you have learned, some of you haven't. They said some of you are in the learning process. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with where you're at. You're at a different place in the road. Don't beat yourself up because you ain't where I'm at on the road, because I sure ain't going to beat myself up because I ain't where that Joe Schmo is on the road. You know what I'm saying? And that would not be a beneficial energy anyways. To be in alignment involves nobody gets beat up around here. Yeah. And when you don't do the beating up of yourself or the others, you just kind of accept things as they are and move accordingly. It opens up energy flow. It brings ease. It brings flow and movement. Yes? Flow and movement. All right. You've made a final decision about what spirit has guided you on at this point, and you're down to create it, and you know that there is infinite potential in this creation. So you're not getting caught up in doubts and hesitations. I hear you're not getting caught up in doubts and hesitations. You take what you feel and you follow that flow. You know what's real inside of you, okay? Because you've lived it enough. You've lived it enough. Like, it started off, I heard it started off with getting that front door parking spot. It started off with, I wonder what they're doing, and then they call, or you bump into them at the grocery store type of thing. It started off in other ways, I'm hearing, but it's developed since then. It is developed, I'm hearing, in crazy ways, what a lot of people would call crazy ways from your life experience. I heard the stories you could tell so well that are true real life experiences that the other folk just don't get. Yeah, so you know that you can see beyond what's normal, and you allow yourself to follow that inspiration, and the action you take, honey, it is giving you an elevation. I see your health is improved. I see your financial, economical health is improved. I see that your real life has improved as you apply these spiritual guidance and principles that your soul is receiving. You also know that you can't just go around believing everything that comes from people. You know what I'm saying? You also have awareness that, yeah, there are certain programs out there and organizations that would love to infect your mind with external ideas. But some sort of way you've understood. You've come to understand. It's like you could even ask yourself, if the thought feels weird, you say, is this my thought or somebody else's thought? That is key right now. That is a key ability that is going to protect you on so many levels, because there truly are technologies in play on our planet that would infiltrate your mind with external thought and make you think it's yours. So when there's a thought that's not in alignment with your truth and with your soul or with your life mission, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Be very conscious before you run around following the command of some idiot on a remote control or on a microphone at a distance, that you check with your soul. Is this truly my thought? You know? And this is not something you so much want to do externally, audibly, because, you know, yeah, you want to do this in your soul, from the heart, silent, between you and the divine only. That part, discretion, baby, discretion. But I heard verify. You somebody here, you really need to start verifying everything, because you didn't realize that you are under such strong attack. Yeah, and it feels like sort of like a cloud in your mind. And yeah, okay. It's saying, tell them why you know that, because I had an experience with somebody who literally tried to cast a spell on me. And what do you know? She used to watch this channel, and that's why I even met her. And I thought we were good friends. No, she was trying to use witchcraft against me to control my mind and get me to do what she wanted me to do. But I did not listen to it. I sat with it. And it lasted for like 45 minutes. And I asked God, why did this happen to me? And God said, because you need to know what it feels like. You need to know what it looks like. So when people are telling you that this is what's happening to them, you can let them know that they've given their power to an outside source and they need to call it back. Because the only reason anybody could put a fucking spell or a curse on you is if you have given them the power to. Because remember, if God is on my side, there is no enemy, there is no weapon that could come against me. I don't give a fuck who's pushing the buttons. I don't give a fuck who's burning the candle. Nobody got power over you without your permission. And maybe back in the day that didn't work. You know, prior to that whole global shutdown, reprogramming, everybody shut down so we can reboot the system and run the new program. Prior to that, the shit really did work, because there was a reverse to the Earth's core magnetic. That shit really did work. But the problem now, or the solution now, is realizing that, honey, in this new program, since that whole global reboot program, new program running, that shit don't work no more. They have to have your permission, period. So stop giving it to them. Call back all your permission slips. Call back all your soul. And anywhere where you're giving it voluntary or involuntary, consciously or unconsciously, call it all back. And stop giving your permission. How do you give permission slips? You get permission slips when you're so worried about what they think about you and what the fuck they gonna respond about what you're doing in your life. That ain't none of their fucking business. Like it or don't like it, it don't fucking matter. This is what God said I'm here to do. I'm finna do this. Like it, love it, hate it, leave it, click off, click on. I don't care, not my problem. My problem was to do what I came here for. To be true. To be the true. Some of y'all don't know about that. Some of y'all finna learn today. Some of y'all been schooling fools on this for years, I heard. And some of y'all been schooling fools on this for years. Yes, you're creating change in the physical reality as a result of that. Absolutely. It's the choices you make. It's the intention with it. Your intention will charge you guilty or innocent. If I get up on this YouTube and I start telling you stuff to try to get you to do what the fuck I want you to do to manipulate you and turn you into my minions, trust and believe that God is going to deal with my ass. But if I get on here and I'm all about this love and peace and happiness and the authenticity and the empowerment and the awareness and the life lessons, that's going to be blessed. Right? So that's another thing. Okay, that's an easy trap for us too. That's an easy trap for us. It's worked on many of us. It's like, yeah, but I'm trying to get them to do the right thing for themselves. I'm trying to get them make a better decision. Well, stop trying to get them to any fucking thing. They got a right to make a fucked up decision if they want to. And if God gave you the right to make all your fucked up decisions that brought you eventually to this beautiful place of being, who are you to decide that they do what the fuck they want to do? You may not like it, you may not support it, but trying to control them to not do it is a bad move. Because now you saying, oh, I can control somebody outside of their self-will, out of their willpower. And you know what you did? You gave the universe a permission slip to let other people do it to you. So watch out for yourself now. Watch out for yourself. Be careful the way you move. Be careful the way you move. There's consequences and repercussions for the shit that you do. Even if you don't realize it, eventually, at some point, hopefully you will. But, you know, there's consequences and repercussions for trying to make somebody do something that's not in alignment with their personal will, even if you got the right intentions. This lady, I don't often get on the shorts here on YouTube, but this lady claimed to be a Reiki master doing love spells, and it's like, I was reading her screen, a little thing, and she's like doing all this type of shit, right? And she's like, the words talk about, if this person, say their name, will contact you, they'll come back, blah, blah, blah. And all I'm thinking to myself is, girl, do you even know the shit show that you're laying out for yourself? Like, you're lining the shit up right in front of the fan to come smack you in the face. Do she even know? I don't know. Is it my problem? No, the fuck it's not. I scrolled. You know, just like they should do when they come to my channel and they don't like what I'm doing. Please scroll. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in this. I don't want you here neither. Why you won't be here? If you're into it, cool. Keep coming back. Because there's enough of us. And, you know, it's not about who's not on the same page. Everybody's on their own fucking page. Just accept that shit. You know? Everybody's got their own ideas, agendas, their own belief system, their own program, their own whatever the fuck state of mind. You will do yourself a great act of peace if you would just accept the fact that, hey, I'm going to let you do you while I go mind my business. And then guess what? Every time I do that, I have more business to mind. I mean, these are just the facts. This is the way the energy flows. This is just what grows. And so here you are. Like, you know what? These days, I'm just going to mind my business. That's exactly what it's showing me. And you know what? I'm going to be loyal to my business, okay? I'm going to be true to my soul, to myself, to my soul mission, to my life purpose, to minding my literal place of business and what I'm here to deliver, to minding my own spirituality and my own life goals, okay, and what my energetic footprint is on earth, okay? That part. And, you know, so you have actually had to tell somebody that. I see that you have actually had to speak that to a person and that caused a change because you had to act on your own best interest in a situation where somebody with trying to use love. They try to use love to convince you to come off of your path, to do what they wanted you to do. But I just love you. I just want to be with you. I don't want us to break up, or I don't want you to go do that. I want you to stay here with me. Now, you had to use that ability to say, honey, no, I got my business to mind. I'm going to go do my show. I'm going to go mind my business. I'm going to go honor my soul. Figure it out. I'm not here to be your fucking safety blanket. I'm not here to be your lap dog that you got ownership papers on. They don't want to hear that shit, but it's okay. That is not your problem if they like what you got to say. You're not saying it to offend them. You're saying it to honor yourself, and you give them the freedom to do what the fuck they got to do with that information. It's not like you're saying, listen, I'm not going to be your lapdog. You don't have ownership papers to me, but you're going to sit here and do what the fuck I tell you. No, this is not the way it works. The minute you declare your freedom, the minute you remove yourself from the situation, you got to allow the same freedom for them as you give to yourself, as you claim, as you live for yourself. That part, yeah. Yeah, you just want to be very honest with yourself, with the people in your experience, you know, and hey, you don't want to break no hearts, but honey, if you get your heart broken, that's probably because you didn't keep it in your chest behind your rib cage where God designed it to be. You probably just didn't take responsibility for it. Oh, you thought I was going to mind your heart. That's not my job. I'm not here for that. Your heart is your business. You should be minding that. Oh, that part. Facts. Absolutely. So, you know, you're very wise about your feelings. You're very wise about your heart. You know how to, if you haven't known how to, you're learning, possibly right here, right now, how to process what those feelings mean. The empowering questions to ask the highest self, ask the divine, ask God, whatever the fuck you believe in, and however words you like to use, to ask for clear guidance, clear understanding of what this means for you. And you, as a result of that, are able to move on. Take the lessons and the blessings and move on to your next season. You ain't trying to stay in summer when it's clearly fall out here. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to do that. And you understand that, hey, seasons change, people change, and this is just what happens. And then there's the whole part of, you know, some people just show up with a representative, this whole fake persona, and then as soon as you discover that, it's like, oh yeah, this ain't not gonna work. This is not gonna work. Okay. So there's that as well. Let me see what else you got for us. Oh, I do see a collaboration coming up for you. I see a collaboration coming up for you. I see a fire sign energy. I see an opening coming up for you, an opportunity opening up. Oh, I see somebody's, they say coffers. Isn't that like a treasure? What's a coffer? Somebody's coffers is about to be full. Let me see. C-O-I-F-F. Coffer definition. No, this is a hairstyle. I don't think that's it. I don't think I'm spelling it right. Hold on. Yeah. Coffer definition. Wow, it's coming out in French. Anyways, somebody's vault's about to be filled up. There's space. Somebody made space and cleaned up the vault. Now it can be filled up. It's like, this is like spring cleaning. This is like, I'm cleaning out my closet. I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. It's that vibe. Like, you got to clean out your own headspace. You got to clean out your own consciousness. You got to clean out your own energy field in order to make room for something better to come in for you. And I see that it's time that it's going to get filled up. Yeah, it is that time. It is going to get filled up. Because there's space now. There's energetic space. There's readiness, okay? You've seen it clearly with your mind, which means you've manifested it, okay? The minute you manifested it, made it clear and obvious to the mind, now there's room for it to materialize as long as you know and you don't throw the salt on it. You don't throw doubt. You don't throw lack and limitation. You don't throw somebody else's fucking resistance to it. And, you know, there's that. You just, in most cases, I heard it happens so easily when you just know it and let it go. Just don't even try to. Some people, they add a lot of resistance because it means so fucking much, and then they try to focus so hard on it that they're literally, instead of enforcing it happening, they're literally reinforcing all the restrictions around it, all the resistance around it, all the doubts around it, right? It's like when you go through the drive-through. I don't really do a lot of drive-throughs, but when you go through the drive-through and you order whatever you're ordering, you don't continue to reverse to the drive-through and order it again. Hey, did y'all get my order right? Let me just make sure you got the order right. You'll check it when you get your bag, but you ain't constantly. What would you look like if you, okay, we got your order. They already repeated the order back to you. That's the signs of synchronicity showing up that match the order, right? It's the feeling that matches the order showing up. That's them repeating back the order to you. So now you got the order repeated back to you. Do you reverse and go back to the ordering box to the speaker and, excuse me, I just want to make sure, ma'am, we just confirmed your order. Can you stop? Like, I'm trying to put it together for you. Can you not interrupt me? Like, you'll get your order faster if you, like, move forward in the line. Keep moving towards the pickup window. I mean, that's the energy that they're giving me. Somebody here, y'all be eating a lot of fucking fast food. I'm just going to say that. You got a real passion here, and you are protecting them, okay? You're thinking about how it's going to benefit your children, okay, or your grandchildren, or just other people. These children could be literal or symbolic, so they could be like spiritual children, or, you know what I'm saying? The ones you adopted, stuff like that. I also see that you have a very, it's like a knee-jerk natural reaction when it's time for you to protect. Absolutely. When it's time for you to protect what you love, you make the right move. Spirit gives that to you like a gotta take a dump urge. And it's so strong and so intense, it cannot be ignored. And so you make the right move, protective. You know when it's time to be protective, and you know when it's time to be open. You're going to find out how important it's been that you have listened to your heart, okay? And then while I hear, tell it to my heart, tell me I'm the only one. Is this really love or just a dream? Okay, so somebody here, tell it to my heart. Oh, thank you. So is this really love, or is it just a dream? Is it just a fantasy in my head, or am I really in love with this person? Because here's the thing. Sometimes that feeling no, all the time, God just cut me off smooth and said, no, not sometimes, all the times. When you feel that, oh my God, I love, it's guidance from your spirit that there is something here for you of great value. That doesn't mean you get to keep it forever. That doesn't mean take your heart out of your chest from behind your rib cage and put it in their hand. That's not what it means. Stop thinking that. Anywhere where you've been believing that and thinking that, you got to, I mean, you really should reconsider that. You ain't got to do a damn thing. You literally don't have to do a damn thing. But from my experience, I would reconsider that. When I began to really understand that feeling is telling me that God said there's something valuable for me to learn in this interaction, instead of, that's my person, I'm taking them home. It's going down tonight. No, the fuck it's not. Not every time. I'm going to tell you that. Not every time. And most of the time, it's just really not. As a matter of fact, it's been a long time since it went down tonight, they said. It's been a long time since it went down tonight, because now we understand what the feeling means. It doesn't mean contaminate your energy field. It's like, go discover what gifts God's got for you in this connection. Because that's what it is. And it could be a confirmation of who you are, or who you're becoming, or where you've been and what you've overcome. It could be learning some new aspect. Some of you, that's going to be a person for a while when that happens. Some of you, that's never going to be your person. Some of you are going to take that mug home. And you're going to learn. And the minute that the learning is done, that feeling will shut off, and you'll be like, ooh, I don't want to be around that person. Ooh, I can't stand their voice. Ooh, I don't want to be around that person. Their energy just funky. I just don't like them no more. I know why. You could even say that. I don't know why. You might not even understand why it shuts off, but it will shut off and you're going to feel it when it's time. You will feel it. Okay? So, with all that being said and done, like, you don't just cut spirit off when spirit got to speak to you. You pay attention, okay? You realize when spirit is telling you what not to do. You realize when spirit is telling you, listen, that's a whole heartbreak you don't want right there. It's not even in alignment with your soul right there, okay? You're getting your mind in this place that's really lit up to where it's like no matter what the physical situation presents and look like, it can look really, really good, but you can see beyond the surface, and that guidance is part of your treasure. It's a big deal that you have that down, right? Absolutely. So some things that spirit is set to show you, it's like, wow, anywhere where you say, I don't know if I want to be in a relationship. Well, spirit's going to help you clarify that. Yeah, spirit's going to help you clarify that. So anywhere where you're saying, I'm afraid of getting my heart broke, I'm afraid to bring anybody home, spirit's going to clarify that. Because that's coming from past experiences. You cannot lay that as an overall, this is always what it is. Because you might be entertaining the angel that was meant to stimulate your soul, to teach you another way though. Yeah. You will pay attention, okay? You will pay attention. And I do see that spirit has a surprise for you. A spirit does have a surprise for you. And it's a little bit different than what you've been thinking it was. But your soul was ready for it, okay? You want it strongly enough in a pure way. But you be trying to not think about that. Because you don't want to get on a resistant mind trip. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to take your mind down this resistant trip. So you're like, you know what, I ain't even dealing with this shit right now. I'm just going to go over here and shoot some pool. I'm just going to go over here and draw another picture. I'm going to go bake some cookies to share with the neighbors. I'm going to go read these cards. I'm going to go watch that show that makes me laugh. Somebody really loves Roseanne. And you've been watching the new thing. Look at you, laughing all day long. That shit just makes you laugh. It tickles the hell out of you. That's fun. Somebody's just going to sit on the porch, smoke their herbs, and pet their puppy all day long, because you know what, you can and you want to. And so the spirit divine God got something planned to teach you, to show you. They said you're gonna see it with your real eyes. Yeah, they saying you're gonna see it with your real eyes, and it's gonna be something that comes. It's not gonna come in with it is a surprise, but it's not gonna come in with, oh my God, shock. It's gonna come in very subtle. Very, very subtle. When this arrives, it arrives subtly because it doesn't agitate your spirit. They said it arrives subtly because it doesn't agitate your spirit. Yeah. And so you have been being taught about focusing on the emotional guidance system. It has been huge for you. And so you're going to be guided straight to some success. Straight to some success, which means that you are going to avert some sort of crisis. You're going to get around or circumvent some sort of issue. You're going to outsmart some sort of damn fool that thought that they could come up against you. Yeah. And, you know, this is going to make you realize, like, oh, I did that. I did that. And it's going to help you see, like, anywhere where you had some hope in some person or some idea that was just not in your best interest, that wasn't in alignment with your purpose, with your soul, with your goals, with your ultimate fulfillment. Because this is like, they're giving me, this is a big deal. Like, that's going to be made clear. You're going to get rid of some forms of doubt that have come up as a result of that. And this is going to put you on a path of real fulfillment, okay? Again, like, spirit has a liaison coming in for you that came out with the star card, okay? This is about new beginnings for you. This is about blessings being bestowed, okay? This is about receiving what you needed. And in some cases, this is about a perfect plan coming together with no planning necessary, because it wasn't planned by your physical human mind. It was planned by the divine, baby. It was planned by the divine. And you know what? The fact that you didn't worry about it no more, you didn't stress about it, you just left that shit on the side. You might have even put it in the freezer type of thing. But it's going to be perfectly revealed. It's going to be perfectly placed. And all you're going to have to do is follow that gotta take a dump urge when they tell you to go to this place, go to that place, stay home today, go out today, eat this today, buy that today, donate this today, go support that today, show up in this way, show up in that way, right? Spirit going to guide you like that. You're halfway there or more as far as the understanding of the emotional guidance system and the application of that. So continue to refine that. So they're saying even on simple things like what's for dinner tonight, you can start to ask your soul, what's for dinner tonight? You can start to ask your soul, I'm thinking of having this for dinner tonight. How does my light feel about this? How does my shadow feel about this? You know, you could do it on the clothes that you're going to wear or the way you're going to do your hair. Spirit told me to curl my hair. Do you know how many years it's been since I curled my hair and wore makeup? Like, I don't. It's that many. My daughter was like, oh my God, you look so pretty, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't trying to look this pretty, but God want me to look this pretty for you. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Because I'm perfectly fine not wearing no makeup and just pulling my hair back in a ponytail and going about my day. But whatever, it is what it is. So this is what we have coming out for this message today. So thankful and grateful that you did all the YouTube things, for making me your favorite spiritual connection, joining the channel, like being a part of the channel, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking join with the price and the button. We God said take care of that a long time ago, so we took that off. But you know, making sure your subscription still works. Get the live notifications so you can jump on in here and contribute. If you do want to contribute to the channel financially, Super Chat is great. But what's even better is Zelle, Venmo, and Cash App. But if you send me a request for $20 because I did the live, like, dude, I'm totally going to deny that. I'm not going to pay you to watch my reading. That doesn't make sense. Then I would have a lot more viewers and subscribers because I would have paid for that shit too. But I don't do that. How many subscribers and how many views I have, this is authentic and organic, just like me. I don't buy that shit. It's not my way. That's not who I am. I don't play that way. And so I love that you guys are all here, because you definitely are letting me know that the energy that comes through my soul has grown. I really do want to see your comments. I don't know what y'all been talking about. So, I mean, the last thing I remember looking up was the fool that had to get shut out. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, Lisa. Oh, Lisa, I appreciate you, baby. Thank you for all the love. I'll take that. I'll take that and reciprocate that. It's reciprocated every day in the channel. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Let me see. This is more obedient. Thank you. Jeremiah, you saying weird stuff. I don't know what you mean. I hope you know what you mean, and I hope it has something to do with the messages that was coming through. That's fine if it's outside of my awareness. Cher Bear, welcome. I see Anne Marie, welcome. Okay. Lisa, Martha, thank you for all them hearts. And Lisa said, because they're listening. Yeah, they be listening. Got to have that discernment. Absolutely. Failed attempt. Absolutely. There's been a lot of failed attempts against strong females, against divinely chosen ones, against those authentic beings. Okay. Lisa said she could go hide in the mountains, honey. Okay, I'm gonna let you do what you feel like you need to do. On fire. Felicia, welcome. Had some lady who literally her name was Felicia. I had to use it because she had cheated she asked my daughter for a service. My daughter gave it service. The lady never paid for it. Said she would come back to pay. Her name was Felicia. She came to the door one night. I was there by myself asking for my daughter. I said, you can't see my daughter no more. Well, why not? Because you didn't pay her for the last time you saw her? Well, it's because this, and I said, you know what? I'm busy. I don't even want to hear what you got to say. Closed the door. Turned around. Said, bye, Felicia. This shit made me laugh. I'm glad you're not that, Felicia. Sorted something out for you. Glad that you were here, Lisa, to hear that and get that sorted out. Lisa said, no Reiki master does that. That is authentic, legit. Yeah. So that there is that. You know, if you're going to be trying to, and what a portal that woman opened, who was just casting love spells for whoever just buy into the shits. You know what I'm saying? Woo, she don't even know what she's doing to herself. I don't know. And those people don't know what they're doing to themselves. Donovan, heaven and hell is real. I'm living in heaven. Are you living in heaven too? Or are you living in hell? I mean, it's all a personal choice. Absolutely. Thank you, Lisa, who you've been watching me for 8 years. I'm glad you keep coming back. And yes, baby, I breathe. I breathe. I breathe in. I breathe out. You know what? I've even learned to breathe through every pore on my body. How's that? Absolutely. Let them go. Honor your freedom. Honor their freedom, honey. We ain't got to all be on the same path. You know what I'm saying? We ain't all got to be at the same place. Yeah, we don't have to stress about people. We don't have to stress about what they're doing that we don't like. That's a choice. That's a choice to live in hell, as a matter of fact. A lot of times, a lot of you do comment to me that you fall asleep listening to the videos, which in my conscious brain says, how the fuck do you do that? I'd be loud, I'd be wild and hooping and hollering and stuff, but y'all still fall asleep. You know why? They said because you get the itis. You get the spiritual itis over here. Because you get so much steak and potatoes over here spiritually that it just knocks you out. It puts you out, that so your soul can begin to process what you've received. Every word out of my mouth is a healing. Every word out of my mouth is a soul transmission. Every word out of my mouth is a DNA upgrade all the time. And whether I'm telling you hi or I'm telling you bye or any of the in between that came on this channel, absolutely. What's up, King? I see you. Nate, what's up, Nate? Call me the therapist. You know, a lot of people call me their therapist, and that always just tickles me. I've had people tell me I fired my therapist because I got what I needed with you. Nail clients been with me for years, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes early. Lisa said, freezer in a dead body, girl. I'm so glad that I'm your favorite. Thank you for making me your favorite. Hey, Mireya. Thank you very much. Okay. I do Spanish readings every day on TikTok, and I produce them here as shorts. I've been telling myself that I'm going to get more long-term, long-range videos like this out in the Spanish as well, because the Latin community is super dedicated to their spirituality, you know, and they deserve to hear these empowering messages with the authentic truth that we transmit here as well. Yes, Vicky, so grateful that you got what you needed out of this message. Lisa, the more I shift myself, the more life shifts on my behalf. It always responds to me. It's just that way. That's just what it does. So yes, thank you. And let's see what else we had. July, welcome. Glad you made it. You rock. Souls to sleep is a beautiful experience. Awesome. Peace and blessings. You're very intelligent and intuitive. Thank you, Kang Koopa. Kang. No, actually, my mother's maiden name was Kang. Half Korean, half Mexican. Thank you for asking respectfully. Half Korean, half Mexican. My mother's maiden name was Kang. And no, that's not going to let you get into my bank account. That's all I got for y'all today. Until next time, I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. That golden thread shines all the way through. Called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you can treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. It's in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. 감사합니다. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out. Mwah.